The word fracking is one that strikes fear into the hearts of many. My name is Gabrielle DiBattista, and today I'm going to discuss with you the correlation between hydraulic fracturing and seismic activity recently seen in the United States. But first, what is hydraulic fracturing? Hydraulic fracturing, or fracking, is a method of extracting oil and gas by injecting a combination of water, particulate matter, and chemical additives into a well. This causes fractures within the well and allows the oil or gas to quickly be produced. The fluid originally pushed down is now known as flowback and flows back up the well and is quickly removed, stored, recycled, and disposed of. And while fracking can be used to double the production at nearly any well, fracking is essential in the production of shale gas reservoirs. In shale gas reservoirs, the natural gas is dispersed throughout the rock rather than concentrated in one area. This means that typical extraction methods are not cost effective. And it's important that we extract this natural gas due to the fact that natural gas is the cleanest burning fossil fuel with many potential uses and is often seen as the transition to a future with renewable energy. Now, despite its potential, there have been many unexpected side effects of fracking. Since the early 2000s, there has been a significant increase in the number of earthquakes in areas where oil and gas production has been done, particularly in states such as Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas. From 1974 until 2008, the average number of earthquakes per year in Oklahoma was only one magnitude 3 or higher earthquake. In 2014, they experienced over 500 magnitude 3 or higher earthquakes, and in 2015, this number jumped to over 900. These earthquakes have led to massive damages to schools, homes, and communities. And with Oklahoma now becoming as seismically active as parts of California, something must be done to determine the cause of these earthquakes. Naturally, it's assumed that these earthquakes are directly related to fracturing, but research has shown that that is not the case. Fracking itself does cause microseismic activity along the range of -2 to -3 on the Richter scale, but this would be almost imperceivable. This means that the cause of earthquakes has been determined to be the disposal of wastewater rather than the fracking itself. The disposal of wastewater injects fluid directly into the crust of the earth in areas that have not been drilled at. This causes a great pressure increase in these areas, therefore leading to a risk of increased seismic activity. Additionally, these fluids are thought to have lubricated the faults in this area, therefore requiring less stress in order for seismic activity to occur. And while we do believe that wastewater disposal contributes to the increased seismic activities, there is still a large number of unknowns and a lack of understanding in this field. Additionally, there are facts that lead us to believe that fracking is not the cause. It is a fact that at wastewater disposal sites, not all of them experience earthquakes. There are a large number of variables that contribute to whether or not an earthquake occurs, such as injection rate, presence of faults, and other possible stresses. Additionally, the basing fracking technology has been used since Civil War era, when explosives were thrown into wells in order to produce. So why is it just now that we're starting to hear about these problems? Additionally, wastewater is produced at all wells, not just fracking wells. In many locations, wastewater actually has little or nothing to do even with nothing to do with fracking. In Oklahoma, less than 10% of the wastewater fluid is composed of fracking fluid. The majority of it comes from salt water that comes up with the oil during the extraction process. And lastly, states such as our own state here of Pennsylvania have not experienced these earthquakes, despite having similar fracking activity occurring. In conclusion, fracking is an important process for producing clean burning natural gas from shale reservoirs. And although the number of earthquakes is frightening, fracking is not the cause. While wastewater disposal is seen by scientists as the cause of these earthquakes, there are several other factors that play into the impact, such as geology, contents of the fluid, and volume of the fluid that should be studied in depth. In the future, fracking should continue, but more research should be done to understand how wastewater disposal can be done without the risk of seismic activity. For now, recycling the wastewater, rather than disposing of it, should be performed as a temporary solution. In conclusion, with more research along the horizon, the future of fracking is indeed very bright.